Where's the runway? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. Where is the runway? How far above sea level is the runway? So let's imagine what's going on here. Let's entirely try to imagine this problem, because once we try to imagine the problem, you're going to see exactly what's going on here. So let's say we have this runway here. Let's say we have this cliff, and then we have water. And I'll use blue for the water. Let's just try to make this as relaxing as we can. But here is our runway at the top of this cliff. All right, there's our runway. This is where we're trying to get to. Okay, cool. And what we have is this plane is beginning its final descent, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and say we have this plane right over here. We have this plane that's all the way up here. And it's trying to come down to get to the runway. Okay, so it's beginning its final descent. That's all we know. Okay, great. That's the presidential plane. So yes, it is a beautiful plane. You can buy it on my Patreon for 25 bucks. But with that, you have this plane. It's initially up here, and it needs to get down here.
And so making it this far in this video, I'm going to go ahead and say it's safe to assume that you like the way I teach. And that's the truth for a lot of folks here. So if you want to learn more about my program, where you can get all of my practice questions, including 15,000 that will help you succeed with step-by-step solutions, a lot of them having video solutions, then go ahead and reach out to me. My phone number is 567-698-8867. Go ahead and reach out to me. That way you're not stuck in the same loop that so many people are stuck in with retaking the ASVAB over and over again when the solution to getting a higher score is right here in front of your face. Again, go ahead and text me, ask me about my full program, or click the link in the description to learn more about it. But at the end of the day, sign up, get the score you want, and that job you deserve.
Okay, great. Again, we're not trying to complicate it too much. Let's really take it in. Let's understand what's going on. So with that, everybody, does it make sense that if this plane starts at 18,000 feet above sea level, is it going to be sensible for the answer where we land? Is it going to be sensible for that number to be higher or lower? Right, that number has to be lower because the plane is descending. Look right over here. A plane begins its final descent. It's descending, it's going down. That's going to be very important in a few moments. But we have the initial. We need to know where it ends. They're going to give us a rate. They're going to give us a time. This is going to be another y equals mx plus b problem. This is going to be another one of those. But let me show you how to navigate this so you know what you're doing and what you're looking for. So let's go ahead and watch this here. It's descending, and its rate of descent is 240 feet per minute. Everyone, when I write in the 240 for the rate, what do I need to make sure I include with that 240? What do I have to make sure I do? Yeah, it has to be a negative 240 because the rate is negative. What's happening from where you start to where you end, it's going down. Because what's happening is a decreasing relationship, your rate, what tells you what's happening, the change that's happening, it has to be negative. Yes or no, everybody, does that make sense? The rate here, that m, that has to be negative. So let's write that down right over here. M equals negative 240 feet per minute. Because again, we're going down. Next, we see that this is going to give us, right over here, it says 52 minutes. So, okay, sounds good. That's the time that it's going to take. So that's going to be our x equals 52 minutes. That's the time typically, right? Then next we have if the plane was 18,100 feet above sea level at the beginning of its landing approach. Okay, so that's the beginning amount. That's where we were at the beginning of the problem. So I can write that down as well. And I see that my B is going to be 18,100 feet right there. With practice, Deja. So we went over it in the previous problem. This is actually very similar to the previous problem. This is still going to be Unit 6. This is still going to be Unit 6, solving equations word problems. Because once we have that down, you'll know where these numbers go, and you'll be able to actually solve this fairly quickly. Because now when we plug things in, we have negative 240 times 52, and then we are going to add 18,100 feet. Once we have that set up, that's it. We are golden. We are golden.
Remember, my math party people, acing the ASVAB is not just about watching me do it. It's better that you practice as well. It's about watching, practicing, and mastering the material. And the best way to do that is to start off with my free practice test, because it comes with video solutions so you can try it out yourself, see all the mistakes that you've made, and then keep raising your score with those video solutions, organizing yourself so you can lower that test anxiety and raise your score. No excuses, it's completely free, so go ahead and click the link there or in the description. That way you can get started, raise your score, and do everything you need to do. Let's ace the ASVAB, but let's get back to the problem after you're done signing up.
So with that, my party people, let's go and take care of business. Let's do 240 times 52. 0 times 2, 4 times 2, 2 times 2. 0 times 5, 4 times 5, and 2 times 5, plus the 2, that's going to be 12. So it's going to be 0, 8, 4, 2, 1. So we have 12,480. What do we have to make sure we do to that, everybody? What do we have to make sure we do to that? Yep, Kai, that's right. Make it negative. Gotta make it negative. So here we're going to have, let me make that just a little smaller. I don't know why it's not. There we go. So with that, now that that's, we have to make that negative. So that'll be negative 12,480 plus 18,100. And once we do that, everybody, that's actually going to be the same thing as saying 18,100 minus 12,480. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing if you just swap them over. And so that's what we'll do. 18,100 minus 12,480. And there we go. So 0, 0 minus 8, not going to happen. So we can go ahead and borrow 1 here. 10, that's going to be 2. Then we're going to borrow again. And so we'll have 10 minus 4, that's going to be 6. Then 5, and then that's going to be 0. So we have a difference here of 5,620 feet. And that's where the runway is. 5,620 feet above sea level. And that's where that'll be. Booyah. Right there.
And before you go, if you like what you saw and you want to raise your score with thousands of practice problems just like that, so you can lower that test anxiety, raise that confidence, go to this link right here to check out the full program. There's a video that shows you exactly how it works, but you're going to get lessons, guided practice, worksheets, speed drills, and everything that you need to feel supported from day one all the way until you pass. Again, I'm Coach Anderson, and I'll see you soon.